Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing some plant chores and updating you about some stuff I've got going on around the house with my plants. Also want to give a thank you to Green Chef for sponsoring this video. We're going to be making a very yummy late lunch a little bit later, but before that I need to do some watering of my big plants, and it actually kind of stinks because I watered my huge Monstera Deliciosa in the bathroom like a week ago probably, and today it is going to be 79 degrees. It's currently, and let me just for some perspective because I feel like that's not gonna like mean anything, but it's currently March 2nd in the Midwest and it's gonna be 80 or 79 degrees today. So I'm pretty shook. It looks like in just a few days it's gonna be sleeting again. So we've got like a very warm couple of days. Thursday, the high will be 54, that's tomorrow. So like not that warm, but still not super cold. The day after that, the high is 70, day after that, 71. But anyway, I feel like spring is definitely upon us, and I was walking around the other day because I was doing my outdoor gardening stuff, and while I was out there, I was looking down at the grass and I was noticing that the grass blades are turning back green. There was some weeds growing already, so I need to get out and start spraying. But yeah, it's just crazy to think that life is sort of happening again. It's very exciting. Hopefully my flowers and everything will start coming back to life. I did plant some perennials last year, so hopefully they will come up. This is my second year like truly gardening, so I don't really know too much of what to expect. So anyway, I'm excited to see my work from last year sort of come back to life this year, if that happens. I have no idea. I was just looking out at my hostas and I don't know if they're gonna come back. But anyway, that's a garden vlog conversation, so I'll save it for that. But since it is warm and really nice and sunny, I'm going to bring my Adansonii tree outside to water and like spray down and remove like old dead leaves, and I might even prune it. I haven't done any pruning on it since I got it, and basically it's out of pole. Like when I bought it, it was at the very top of its pole. I didn't want to add on to it because it's already tall enough. It's really hard to get in and out of the house. So I'm probably just going to like cut off these runners because there's just a ton of them. And maybe I'll wet stick propagate them. I don't know. Like I might actually plant them back into the bottom of the pot and like loop them up the pole. I don't actually know. But anyway, that's what I am doing right now. And like it is hot outside. It feels warm. My dogs like don't know what to do. I don't know what to do either. This is really exciting though. I'm not dressed for this occasion. I'm wearing leggings and a sweater. Your girl needs to change. Also, you are resting on my new bench. I got this the other week and I'm so excited about it. Wow, I'm like so shook. Oh, sorry, I thought I saw a frog. I'm so shook by how beautiful it is right now. This is really nice. Eee! Wow. Okay, so that is done, and while I was out there I cut the runners and I made cuttings with them. The stakes are pretty low with Adansonii and other vining plants, so I'll just propagate this in water because I'm not too concerned about it not surviving or like making a good root system for itself. And I also don't think I even have any other rooting medium currently. I mean, I do have cocoa peat, but I don't really want to put these in cocoa peat. I just want to put them in water because that's easy and I can just like shove jars of this around my house. So I'm just gonna separate them by size. You can watch if you want. Here are all of our large pieces, medium pieces, and small pieces. Okay, lunchtime Becca is cutting in because it's time to make lunch. So let's hear a word from our sponsor, Green Chef. If you've never heard of Green Chef before, Green Chef is a CCOF certified organic company with options for every lifestyle, including keto and paleo, vegan, gluten-free, vegetarian, fast and fit, and Mediterranean. I personally love Green Chef because I get to eat a wide variety of food with new recipes every single time. And I don't know if anyone else is like me, but if I'm cooking on my own, I tend to go back to the same 3 to 4 recipes every time, which can get pretty boring. So you know what they say, variety is the spice of life. So that's why I love Green Chef, because they make cooking so easy so that I can spend less time stressing over what I'm going to make and more time enjoying delicious home-cooked meals. The ingredients come pre-measured, perfectly portioned, and mostly prepped. And you can enjoy your greens while being green because Green Chef is the most sustainable meal kit, offsetting 100% of the plastic in every box and 100% of their carbon footprint and emissions. So if this sounds like fun to you, you can use my code DELAPLANTS130 to get $130 off plus free shipping on your first box. Go to greenchef.com for more details. Let's do an update on my Adansonii to see how things are going. So this one is looking really good. I don't remember if this was the big or the small pieces at this point. I think these were the small pieces. So these have been in here the longest. So as you can see, there is a lot of root action on this one. That's super exciting. I will probably be transferring this to soil relatively soon, so that's fun. And then this one has less root action, but there is action. So let me see if I can show you. I mean, this glass is a little foggy. I don't think you're gonna be able to see. Yeah, it's from the label being there before, but yeah, they look really nice, and I think that we were successful. But the most exciting thing about all of this is when I like propped it, I chopped everything off of the base and then I put the base in the greenhouse cabinet. So let me show you what that looks like now. Okay, so as you can see, this is a new growth point, 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 this is a new growth point. Where else? I think that might be all. Oh, there's a growth point down here, which is a little bit harder to see. Right there. So yeah, things are just going really well for this one, and I'm seeing like even 2 more than I didn't just show you, but I'm not gonna keep flipping the camera around. You get the idea. Lots of growth points on this piece, and I honestly feel the most optimistic about this because this was the original root system. This plant was very, very established and mature. And all of these leaf cuttings, like I'm sure that they'll become something, but it's gonna take a lot of work to regrow a root system to support all of this. So I'm not expecting a ton of these leaves to survive. This might be like a long game type of thing, but this is definitely very promising, and this one is becoming more promising as time goes on. And I'm just really happy that I decided to do that. I remember being like so terrified to cut up my plant, and I just let it get so bad for so long because I just didn't want to mess with it because I was afraid that it would die. And I wanted you to know that if you're afraid to like chop and prop your plants, to not be afraid, because usually it'll go fine as long as you put them like in water. Like water is pretty much always going to help your plants root. If not, you can try another solution like coco peat or sphagnum moss or perlite. Just find one that works for you and take those risks, because if you're not experimenting with your plants, they're kind of just sitting there as like ornamental things, which isn't a bad thing, of course, but I find it the most fun to own houseplants when I'm like interacting with them and doing things to, I don't know, make them grow differently, make them grow better, basically just like manipulating them to be better plants for my environment. I think it's so much fun to be able to do that. So anyway, don't be scared to do that. And also another one that I chopped and propped a while ago that I'm just now seeing some like good growth on is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. I chopped this like soon after I got Cooper because he actually chewed on this plant when it was like one long piece, which really sucked. I was so sad, but it's the only plant that he ever chewed on. And ever since then, I've had all of my plants like off of the ground. So anyway, this one is finally starting to put out growth because for a very long time, it was putting out these like chunky nubs, and like I don't know why, I don't know what they are, but as you can see there's like a green thing poking out the top of it. Where's one that is putting out a leaf, or that has put out? Oh, here we go. Look at that. It had that like chunky stem, and then it put out that cute little leaf. And no, not this one, this cute little leaf. So it's starting over. I more or less, there wasn't really any top cuttings out of this. Like now that I'm looking, really, this was a top cutting, but it started doing that bulb thing. This was a top cutting, but it started doing that bulb thing. Plus, I knocked off the new growth here, but I just popped it back into the pot. Also, another propagation update. This Sansevieria leaf came from a subscriber, which was really sweet. They came to one of my book signings and gave me this. This is a plant from their grandma's plant, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been in their family for a really long time, so this is just one of the leaves from it, and I have it in this honey jar. I use this for honey, but I have my honey just in the jar, not this jar. So it's a really perfect vessel for something like this because it's like skinny at the top and it opens up on the bottom. And it's from Crate & Barrel if you want something like really pretty to propagate your plants in. But anyway, really cool. Man, this is like a propagation update video. I don't think I have anything else propagating that needs an update. Oh, the wet sticks haven't done anything yet, but I say that and then I remember I looked in here the other day and I did see a little bit of action on some of them. Okay, I'm gonna bring the camera down so that you can see it because it's a lot easier to show you that way. Okay, so this right here is a Philodendron Burley Marks Fantasy, and that is putting out a little pink nub, as you can see. This is the Albo Syngonium, and it's putting out something right there. You can see that little dark spot. And then this Burley Marks Fantasy, the second one here, is also putting out something that you can see. What else? I think that might be it. Yeah, some of these look like they're rotting. Like this one looks like it's rotting. This looks like it's rotting. This looks like it's rotting, but there's still like viable pieces over there, so I'm gonna leave it. But so far, only one of them is doing something. So I'm not exactly sure. This is my first time propagating. Oh, wait. This. Sorry if you were like screaming at me. That looks really good. So something is happening. It's just taking a super long time. Would you believe me if I told you that it's the same day that I filmed the last clips? Because it is. It is the same day. And I got a second wind after I made lunch, and I'm doing more stuff that I've been wanting to do. So first on that list, second on that list, I guess watering the plant was the first on the list. Anyway, I need to get this, well, sorry, you can't even see what I'm looking at. Okay, so I've got this. And if you watch my garden vlogs, you have seen this before. I buy around a triple crown and everybody's getting down in this town.
Oh, I'm not there.
Ain't nothing gonna be the same. So I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city. I make a lot of noise cause the girls, they are so pretty. Riding up and down Broadway, my old Dudley roars, and the girls say, save a horse, ride a cowboy. I bought this off of Facebook Marketplace. I don't remember how much. I think it was like $100 or $50 or something. It was pretty cheap. And here it is. It is an outdoor kitchen sink, basically, and I wanted to use it in the garden, but then I'm just gonna shield my eyes from the sun. Sorry, you're not gonna be able to see my eyes, but trust me, I'm looking at you. Anyway, so I wanted to use it in the garden initially so that I could have like a workbench out there. But then I was like, I kind of want to have a workbench in the plant room that has the sink in it. So, and obviously I knew that I had this, and I was thinking that it would be of better use out here. I'm thinking that I can use it outside in the summer and inside in the winter or something. I don't really know exactly. Like in the winter time, get like a water pump, because as you can see, it has the sink, right? And it has this like really nice movable head, which I definitely like. And it has a sink with leaves in it because it was in the garden. But this basically hooks up to a drain, which comes out here. So it just drains out. And in order to hook it up to water, you just put your hose on this. So it's just like a pretty classic hose thing. I don't know what this is called. I want to say coupling, but I feel like that's wrong and whatever. Anyway, hose thing. So that's all you have to do. So I was thinking in the winter time, I can bring it inside and just have it along the sliding glass door situation area / this window. It'll be a little bit packed in the winter time, but I think that it'll be a good way to water my plants without having to take them to the inside sink all the time, because I am getting sick of the constant walking back and forth to the kitchen. Like, I don't want to water my plants any other way, so I just want to figure out a way to make it better for myself, to make it easier, because I can't water in place and I don't want to water in place. But taking like 100 plus plants to the sink like every 10 days is just not fun. So anyway, I decided that since I'm going to be using it up here, it needs to be refinished. And actually, like, no matter what, it needed to be refinished because it has like just, you know, regular wear and tear, and there's a big grease stain over here. So I'm wanting to sand it down, see what it looks like when I've sanded it down. I'm pretty sure it's like pine wood, although it might be cedar, but I don't think it's cedar. I think it's actually pine, but it's very aged, as you can see as well. It's like very gray. So I don't know if I could stain it a different color to be like more warm, like the rest of the furniture in the plant room. I'm not exactly sure, but I am gonna have to like weatherproof it so that it can be outside here like all winter or all summer long and not be an issue. And you know what? I might actually just have it indoors at all times, like even during the summer. I have no idea. But I feel like I do want to utilize the patio for watering more often because it's so much more convenient to water out here with the hose than it is to water at the sink. So anyway, I've got a sander. I've never used this before. I don't know what grit of sandpaper is on here. I'm just gonna start going. I have a mask inside, so BRB. Okay, that sandpaper ran out in like, I had to have been filming for literally 2 minutes or less. So that's not fun. That was 60 grit. So that's also not very, I don't know if that's like, I don't know anything about sandpaper. This is 80 grit. And then this is 120 grit. This one is, well, this is like a bunch of different grits with a different sander that it's in the garage, I think. Bigger the number, the finer the grit. So this is 60 grit. I probably need 60 grit on this right here because I'm trying to get off a lot of grime. And this grease spot is coming off, thankfully. So let's go with 80. I don't know how long this is gonna last. Other sander is here. It's a lot smaller. It's like a mouse sander, but I used it on my kitchen cabinets when I painted them. It's the last time I used it, I believe. So I'm thinking, well, okay, first of all, the 60 grit did the most work. I'm gonna need to go to the store and get more. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. I need to get more sandpaper, and I need to get more, or just I need to get something to finish it and like seal it so that it's like weatherproof. Mostly because I am gonna be getting it wet probably like all the time, and I'm not gonna have like wet pots like living on it, but I want to at least make sure that water would like bubble up on it rather than soak into the wood, if you know what I mean. So I think that's just waterproofing. I don't know. Clearly I'm not a builder. I don't refinish things. I don't know what I'm doing really, but I think sanding and like putting a seal on it is not difficult. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that for right now because I don't have the tools to finish it as of right now. So I'm gonna go out shopping, and maybe it'll be in this video and maybe it'll be in another one. I'm not exactly sure. But we'll see how quickly I get motivated to get the stuff to finish it. Okay, so I just finished editing this video up to this point, and I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I really want to make, well, I don't know if I need to make a separate video for this watering station, but I'll probably finish sanding it and then just stain it and seal it and everything else. I don't think I necessarily need to film that, but I definitely will show you what it looks like when it's done because I'm really excited to have a watering station. And also I really would like to make the sink bigger because as the sink is now, it's pretty small. I think only like one plant could fit in it at a time. And if I'm watering indoors and I want to be efficient, I definitely need to be watering more than one plant at a time in the sink. So I think eventually I will expand the sink into like a standard size sink that you would have in your kitchen so that my plant folio can fit over it and I can water basically exactly as I was, just not in my kitchen and in the plant room right there. So that's sort of what I'm thinking, and I need to find a sink to begin with. So I'm gonna start the search for a used old kitchen sink or something, preferably something plastic to keep it light, I think, because I am going to be rolling the cart around and I just don't want it to be too heavy. So I'm gonna look into that, sand it, seal it, all of that stuff, and I'll keep you updated on that as it happens. It might just be in a few different plant chores videos, but anyway, I wanted to say if you didn't see my Patreon announcement, I did start a Patreon. I'll have that link down below if you're interested in checking it out. I have a $1, $5, and $10 tier with lots of fun perks. It's a really great community of people, and there's already so many good conversations happening on Discord. I just love getting the notifications of all the conversations that are happening. There's like plant DIY conversations, there's plant care questions and conversations, and just so much going on. So thank you guys so much for checking that out, and thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to check out Green Chef in the description down below if you're looking for a fun meal kit. I really suggest them, and thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.